This is a certified true copy of my live statement of birth. You can get this by applying for it at the Registrar General. They'll give it to you. And it's very interesting because this is where it all began. This is the foundation document. All identification is generated from this document. And so if the foundation document is no good, anything that's made from it is no good. That means driver's licenses, health cards, everything. Now what they did here, this is exactly what he meant when he said, soon every American will be required to register their biological property. Now your parents didn't realize what they were doing when they filled this out, and these didn't exist before 1933. Birth records were recorded in scripture. And these only came into being in 1933 when they hatched this plan. They created a corporate fiction with a name just like yours. In doing this, they registered and monetized the spirit and soul of a living being. This denotes ownership. And when your parents were tricked into filling this out, they allowed your spirit and your soul to be monetized. And futures were sold on you.
Spirit and soul, I don't...
Now, this is my birth certificate. This is actually a share. See this red number? This A, I'm born in Canada, this is a Class A share. Now, this is called a cusp number, and all securities require a cusp number, and that's what this is. And you are held as collateral to secure the debt, which our government owes to international bankers. So you and me and all these people here are actually collateral, and we don't even own our lives. We are chattel, and we believe we're free. I made an application to the Registrar General, and I got my original social insurance application. Now, before they sent it to me, they put a little piece of paper over this before they photocopied it, because my friend has his, and they didn't block this out, and when you hold it up, you see Bank of Canada. It is said that the best slaves are the ones who don't know that they're enslaved, and we all have invisible chains on us, and we don't know it.
These debts are putting our children into debt for all eternity, and there is blood on these debts, and they are causing more fraud and more debt to the country. How you pay for anything is with promissory notes. We have the power to make money. What we have done is we have deferred this to the banks, i.e. one bank, the Reserve Bank. The Reserve Bank has no reserves. It's not a bank. It is a fraudulent corporation operating in this country. How you pay is you discharge against your bond. Your birth certificate is a bond. You have more value in here than any fine that they can give you in any court under the sun. This is your value. It's your life. They stole this from you. When you were born, you were issued one of these. This is a birth certificate. It should be called a death certificate. I feel that I'm committing fraud by doing it anyway, because I shouldn't be cooperating at all with this filthy, dirty commercial system. You and I have been monetised, brother. You have been monetised through that instrument. You are money in the eyes of banksters. You know the banks pay $6 million for these from the hospitals, and you know how much they get turned around? These are securities on the stock market. You're making $6 billion by the time you retire for the Rothschilds, mate. They've got plenty of gold taps and champagne and caviar and cigars in their mansions, while a good portion of humanity are starving to death. That we stop using Reserve Bank notes. Every time you go and pay your utilities, you are compounding the national debt. Do you realise that? I don't think you realise that. You think you're kind of laughing at me, thinking, "Oh, this guy's a nut." No, I'm not. Yeah. All dear Australians and all dear people who really do wish to be free, please remember your birth certificate is a bond. There's the number. There's bond numbers all over here. QSIP numbers. Bank numbers, you've been monetised, you've been enslaved by the birth certificate. It is a death certificate. Please go to the registry and acquire a live birth record, because that will bring you out of their jurisdiction into the land of the living, out of their ship their citizenship, because this is a ship of Admiralty law. And when you go into here, you are in their waters, and you may never safely return, because this ensures that you are dead on the waters. Why it is a citizenship, whereas this is the living document. And when you go into court or anywhere like that, and you bring that into you, that notifies those dead entities that you are living, that you are a man or a woman, not a person. This is a person, this is a man.